Nice to see you again. Let's get started. So, if you want to import objects that you can't find in Revit and don't really want to make them yourself, what you can go do is go to this website called BIM Objects and create an account. It's completely free, which is really cool. They sell objects on there too, but most of them are free. And you can import objects that the creators of this website created, just like how I created that bed. I'm trying to see if I can sell my own little custom made furniture as well, but we'll see how complicated that gets. But yeah, you can go on BIM Objects as of now until I launch my own and import specific items and pieces of furniture. They even have mechanical plumbing systems, anything that you really need. They have fabrics, whatever. So I imported a ceiling because Revit doesn't really have any chandeliers, and I don't quite know how to create my own lighting systems yet, so I'm importing them. But best believe I'm gonna learn, and I'm gonna post a video about it. Best believe. Y'all know how to do that? Ah! I sound like an old lady. I'm importing TV right now, but do y'all know how to do that? My face. I don't know how to do it. I know how to hit the folks though. Such a lame. So what you want to do is change the offset of an object. If it's lower than what you want it to be, you go over to the properties and you change the offset instead of the actual characteristics of that object, because before I would make a mistake of changing the height and that would make the TV hecka long. No, you the offset is how far it is from the base. So from the ground plane, it was at 0 and I wanted it to be at 2 feet and 4 inches because that was like the top of the dresser. So that's what I changed. Now what I'm going to do, I'll show you guys what the room looks like rendered. There are a lot of details that I don't have in the room, like the color of the walls, the furniture, the door, but this is the most realistic it can look right now. This is just in draft, but this is the most realistic compared to the view that we've been looking at the whole time with just line work. So that's how it looks with the lighting. Lighting is most important, because if I didn't have any lighting, it would be black, or if I had the wrong lighting, it would be too dark or too bright. So lighting is very important. Now I'm looking for a wall color and texture. It's kind of important sometimes to search not only the color but the material that you wanted to use, because I wanted to use drywall. I googled that. If I just looked up a color, when you render it, it's going to look very flat. And some walls, if it's wallpaper, it looks very flat, but if it's painted drywall, it doesn't. It depends on how you want the space to look when it's rendered, and you have to think about that beforehand. You'll say hi. I don't think I'm weird. I'm from the DMV. The most important now, I'm from Baltimore, so you know we got our little things, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't represent Baltimore because most of Baltimore can dance better than I do. So, and what I just did, that's not Baltimore. That was also Deja. That's also Deja. I got y'all. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm changing all of the visible walls into that material, especially the extrusion that I made before, because the wall behind it isn't going to be seen. So I have to go into that family and change that extrusion directly. And what you can also do is just press anything in the room and then paint it. So it depends. Like I said, it's different ways of doing whatever you want to do. I'm now changing the type of wall, because right now I have a specific type of wall. It is an acoustic ceiling is what it says, or acoustic ceiling. And so those are ceilings that you'll see in a schoolhouse or in a hospital, or sometimes in a house where there are different panels. But for the most part, residential ceilings is a flat, smooth surface. So, and I'm changing that to a drywall texture. I don't know if your ceiling is usually drywall personally, but in this room, the walls seem to match the ceiling in the picture. So I'm gonna make the ceiling drywall. I'm out of ice cream. I'm out of ice cream. So now I'm changing the actual texture and material of that back indented wall. It seemed to me to be like a whole bunch of plush leather sections. So that's why I actually screenshot leather from Google. And I'm just along the way going to change the tints of the leather to make it more bluish, because it is more blue in the actual picture. I was looking at, what my phone doing over there. Sorry, I was just checking my State Farm insurance policy. I'm insured. I was stuck in the house all day because I was scared to drive without insurance. Now I can whip. This YouTube is going to be embarrassing. Okay, so now I am trying to see what it looks like based on the colors I put. The only way I can really see how it looks true to form is to render it. And it's time consuming, but you see it's a little bit too black. That little back wall is too black, and a little bit too shiny in my opinion. So I'm going to change some of the characteristics and go back and forth. And let's see what it look like this time. Still hecka dark, but I don't know about y'all, but I saw a difference. I don't know about y'all. As I say, you got head of eye. Some people might be like, it's still black, it's still shiny. It was different. It was definitely different. Yeah, so right about now what I'm going to do is do some quick representations of door handles. Unlike what I did with the dresser, I'm not going to try to actually replicate the exact shape. It's from a distance that you're going to be viewing this from, and as long as for the most part everything's represented, it doesn't have to be an exact replica or the exact same. And so as you can see, if I can tell based on my eyesight that it's more of a patio sliding door handle, if you can envision what those look like, that's on the dresser or that's on this closet, but the rectangles will do. So again, when you create any type of extrusions, once you press that check mark, they just like are pushed all up in your face. So you have to go on the floor plan and move those back closer to whatever surface they're coming from. Again, I'm just tending to that back wall to make it a little bit more blue. As you can see, the room, or what you'll see at the end, is that the room is a little bit more on the teal side than blue But again, it is simple representation. I'm not gonna be perfect, baby. So I try to get it to you as blue as possible. You see the difference? Tell me you see the difference. Yeah, so compared to that black, it's definitely more blue or green. However your perspective is on it. And so at the end of the day, this is what I'm left with right now. I am going to import the lamps and create a second bedside table with the lamps, as well as finish that second tier ceiling. And you may be asking, and I know you may not be asking, but I'm gonna point it out. Why is her right side or left side bed table right up on that wall closet like that? My answer, I don't know. And I ain't move it. But in the picture, that's how it looked. To me. To I. That's how it looked. You can't even see the dresser like that. And I tried to angle it so that you couldn't see the dresser and how close it was. See? You saw it? Like I said, pause it if you need to. But, you know. And again, I'm just changing the offset from the ground plane so that I don't have floating lights or lights that's inside of the dresser or bedside table. I want them to be right on top. Now let's see how it looks. Ah! Got some sunlight for you, huh? And as you can see now, or as you should have seen in the last video, how to change the rendering based on if you want to see just artificial light and just sunlight. So pretty similar. Definitely looks more blue with the actual sunlight. And I am going to render it on high quality. And ta-da! This is what I have. This is where I'll end the video. And here are just little snippets of how it looks without all the extraness in the background. I am happy you stayed this long and watched the second part of this video. In my next video, I will be making something else. I have no idea at this point. Just finished this one. But please stay tuned and I'll see you guys soon. Doses.